Dragonera. Or as the Mallorquins have known it for generations, very annoying tiny lizard park. For decades, foolish tourists have sailed to the island with their plans of picnicking without a single clue they were floating right into the very annoying tiny lizard's trap. One after another, they'd board the ferry of doom like lemmings, their day packs stuffed full with their picnicky hopes and dreams, but there would be no feast spread out on a Laura Ashley blanket, no careless sharing of chips and dips. Oh no, you'll be wolfing down your lunch, standing up in the water, extremely irritated like every single person before you. Alright, that's as far as I can take my Jurrasic Park homage. I've got a €5 to €10 budget for these videos, and that doesn't quite cover the cost of helicopters, an animatronic T-Rex, and Jeff Goldblum. So you'll just have to make do with me, Kiki, some mates, and of course, who could forget the very annoying, and I can't overstate that enough, the very annoying tiny lizards of Dragonera. The island of Sa Dragonera, if you want to say it like a local, sits a short ferry ride from the charming coastal pueblito of Sant Elm. If Jessica Fletcher was Mallorquin, she'd probably live here. Surely a terrifying prospect for the locals, as it would mean that almost all of them are destined to be murdered. Angela Lansbury aside, the island is an uninhabited nature reserve that's open all year round, unless of course there's a global pandemic on. And while you're there, you can encounter lots of native flora, some lovely clifftop views, a lighthouse, and I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, but there are lots of very annoying tiny bloody lizards everywhere.
Fuera todos! Fuera! Fuera!
Well, here we are, in the Sa Dragonera. Lovely short crossing, lovely blue water, a refreshing sea spray in the face every 10 seconds or so. And now we've arrived. The first thing that struck me is it's kind of like the Tramontana Mountains here. The Tramontana, of course, is the famous UNESCO protected mountainous habitat on mainland Mallorca. The welcoming committee here in Dragonera are these tiny little lizards. Actually, Rory, I think you'll find they are the very annoying tiny lizards, thank you very much, that the island is famous for. And when we arrived, they were out in force, I tell you that much. Everywhere you looked, there was like 12 things disappearing into cracks between the rocks. Quite unsettling if you're not a huge fan of reptiles and that sort of, in inverted commas, creepy crawlies. Don't hate me, nature lovers. They're kind of cute, so I got over my ickiness quite quickly. Excuse the profuse sweating, if that's coming across on camera. It's not that I'm out of shape, it's just quite difficult filming these videos and sort of keeping up with the group, stopping and starting. I feel like I'm doing 10 times the distance that everyone else is doing, but that's okay. Good for the cardio. However, I do believe we are meandering up this trail to reach this puig. There's a puig up there. That's peak in Mallorquin, maybe in Catalan as well. The Matterhorn of Dragonera. That's not what it's called. I don't know what it's called. I've not done my research, ladies and gentlemen, but we're hiking up there, trooping on in the baking hot sun, and we're going to do our very best to make it back in time for the boat. Otherwise, we're going to have to spend the whole night here with 18,000 million lizards. So I thought we were going up this puig, but we're not going up this puig. Why not?
We're not going up this puig. There are different routes for this island. So we just went halfway through route number 4 that will take us to a sea view point. And then we're making our way back the same way to then take route number 2. That is going to take us to another puig that apparently the guide from the island told us it's got just as incredible views as this other one that we were heading to right now, but the path is a bit easier and you don't have to invest that much time. And so if the views are just as nice and it's easier, why not?
There you go, we're getting 2 puiges for the price of 1 puig. I don't think I am pronouncing that correctly. I've gone for a swim in my underwear. I did bring my swimming shorts, but I couldn't be bothered putting them on. Well, that, and also I didn't want to put them on in front of everyone. I was shy. I didn't want to get my willy out. Well, there's only one place to swim officially here on the island, one accessible cala, which is right actually next to where the boat brings you in. It's a little pebbly entryway to the water. We really needed that dip actually, in and out, because there are jellyfish today. There's certain parts of Mallorca that are renowned for jellyfish. For instance, if you go to a playa or a cala like Cala del Mago, which I'll link to, you can go and check out that video, it's quite a nice one. Cala del Mago's beautiful. If you go down to Mago, you'll see jellyfish probably about 50% of the time. Little pink guys, about the size of your fist, and they'll give you a pretty nasty sting, to be honest. It's not going to do any lasting damage, but it could ruin your afternoon a bit. We've just finished lunch on the cala, and now we're heading to our second destination. I would have filmed some of the event of lunch on the beach there, but it was literally impossible to do so because the minute we opened our Tupperwares, the lizards from hell came down from the hills and started swarming us. 3 of us actually had lunch standing in the water, and me and Kiki braved the dry land, but literally these lizards were swarming all over our gear. There was like maybe, you know, in excess of 100 on our towels and rucksacks alone. It was quite an intense experience. So really, if you're not a huge fan of nature, and by nature I mean things that move around on 4 legs that go in small places like pockets or between legs, you're going to have an interesting time here. I would recommend that you do not eat on the beach. You should probably go to one of the refuges. There's these little buildings dotted around on the island in the shade where you can have lunch at a table. So that's maybe a better idea. Next time we're back, I don't think we're going to bring lunch at all. I'm just going to stuff myself in the morning and come here with absolutely nothing edible on me. Wow. Look at this. God, this is spectacular.
Impression. Very impressive. No, it's very nice. All nature around. The only thing that I didn't really like too much is that we lizards. 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 Because there are like too many, and sometimes you get a bit stressed out around so many wee animals. But apart from that, you know, all this is just amazing.
Listen, if you want good views, Mallorca is the place to come. But if you want spectacular views, Dragonera is a pretty great bet. It is very leisurely hiking here on Dragonera. Famous last words. Wait, we'll just turn this corner and it'll be a vertical climb for 3 hours. Well, we've made it to the famous Faro here, which is a lighthouse. I don't know what it's called, we'll find out in a minute. But you can see they're embracing the power of the sun with solar panels, which is very progressive. We like to see that. If you are in a ship and you're heading full steam ahead at 150 knots, I don't know anything about sea speed, you're going 1 billion knots towards the Tramuntana Mountains. Certain death for everyone on board. Well, not so fast, because the Faro de Tramuntana may just save your life with its blinking white light. A blinking white light in an ocean of nothingness. This is the Tramuntana. That's the edge, the very extreme western edge of the Tramuntana Mountains. And here is like Andrach, that kind of part of Mallorca. So there you go, there's your reference point. This is what we're looking out over here. My name's Jack. This is Rose, and
He's going to die.
yeah, I'm going to die an icy death. And actually, because Rose is so mean, I think we're just going to jump off together right now. Well guys, that's all from the island of Dragonera. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, and also please subscribe. It is completely free to subscribe to my YouTube channel, so why don't you? Also, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Have you been to Dragonera? Let me know, and I will surely respond to you. Guys, thanks for watching, and until the next video, ciao.